Hello, Granddaddy here. Well, this is a robot, but this is Granddaddy's voice with another idea of something to draw. I got this idea from Bubby. I've got my crayons. I've got light colored crayons to draw on dark paper, or you can use dark colored crayons to draw on light paper. But one time Bubby asked me, "Granddaddy, can you show me how to draw something that looks like something?" Well, I knew immediately what he meant. See, when I was Bubby's age, I thought artists could just remember what things looked like and draw them right out of their head. So to make a moon, you could just draw half a circle, draw this part like it inside so it's kind of like a banana, and everybody would know that's a moon. If you wanted to draw a star, well, you could just draw a line, make an X on the line, you got a star. You can make a lot of stars. Draw an X, or you could use another way to draw a star with the 5 points, right? And see, I drew stars and a moon. Well, when I got older, I found out most artists can draw things not because they just remember them out of their head, but because they look at it while they're drawing it. Okay, well, maybe it'd be easier if we look at something to draw it. Well, here's that robot. So what we could do is we could put the robot where we can see it and then just really study what he looks like. If we can remember what he looks like, that's fine. But you don't always have to remember. If you can see him, you can just make a drawing that looks like him. Well, if you look real closely, his head looks kind of like a box. So we'll draw a box. That look kind of like his face. His head goes back like a box does. Well, I might not have known that this robot's head was shaped like a box if I wasn't looking at him. He has a red ear on the side of his head. He's got these eyes you could draw. And I'm just drawing what I see. I don't have to remember what he looks like. His nose, look real close. It's a little triangle. That looks like his nose. His mouth, well, that looks pretty easy. It's just a line or a rectangle. There's his mouth. He has this kind of curly antenna on his head. That's pretty cool. That's probably how he can hear things when people are sending him messages. His body also looks kind of like a box, but it's a bigger box. So we'll just make another box. There's his chest. You can kind of see how the box goes back when you look at him real close. You can see one side of the box and one front of the box at the same time. By doing that, that's what I see, and all of a sudden, it looks more like a robot than I thought. His arms are just kind of these silver arms. He's got like little red hands. On his chest, he has this big red circle and some red stripes that go up to his neck. Wow, it's a colorful robot. He has, looks like a lightning bolt in the middle where he gets his electricity. You got his other hand on the other side. He's starting to look like a robot now. Well, there's a lot of decoration on this robot. We can draw the red lines. That makes him look more technological. And he's got these squares. He's like meters and switches and things. He's a complicated robot. I couldn't remember all that unless I was just looking at him. Well, his legs are much simpler than you might think. He didn't have complicated legs. They're just another box. Only this box kind of goes in a little bit, so it's not as big at the bottom as at the top. That's all it took to draw legs on him. His legs have some red stripes. He has big paddly feet that he walks on. They're not like our feet because they're robot feet. Looks like his feet have red on them. Well, there you have it. I didn't have to remember what this robot looks like. I just drew a picture and it looks just like him. Oh, I forgot his little red shoulder. See, I can go back and I can look at him and see, does he look like what I remember? I can look at the other sides of him to see what does his back look like. So just by looking at this robot real carefully, I can make a drawing of him. Well, so that's something we could draw. What's something else we could think of to draw? I'm thinking about the things that Pookie likes to draw. That's right. Dinos! Roar, roar, clank, clank, clank. The robot and the dinosaur are fighting. What are we going to do? Well, maybe we'll just draw the dinosaur too. Dinosaurs look hard to draw, but what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to look at him. All we have to do is look right at him and then make a drawing that looks just like him. Well, don't be in a hurry. Study him real good and see what just makes this dinosaur look the way he does. Well, he has kind of a long head that goes out to a nose and comes back and make his mouth. He has a big mouth. That looks kind of like a robot head. He's got, if you look real close, he has kind of a bump over his eye. Look where that eye is, because where you put his eye will help it make look just like the dinosaur. There's his eye. Well, he has a lot of teeth in his mouth. We could draw those. That might scare the robot. Now you've already got a dinosaur's head. Well, what does his back look like? He has kind of a long neck and a long back and a tail that goes way up. And he's got big, strong legs that he uses to run with. See, I'm just looking at what his legs look like. Big feet. There's his big, strong leg. He has like a big hook on his toe. Well, I never would have remembered that, but I see it there, so I'm going to draw it. I guess that's what he uses to hook robots with and catch them. What else about this dinosaur? Well, he has two legs. He can't run without a second leg. Another big, strong leg. It's also got a big foot, big muscles, and it has another hook on it because his feet have to match. It's starting to look like this dinosaur. Well, he has little arms in the front. I guess that's so he can grab stuff or hold it with long, pointy fingers. There's his little arm. And then his belly comes under like this. And already he looks like a dinosaur. We drew it just by looking at him. What else do you see about this dinosaur? Well, he has some kind of a green stripe on his back. Let's see if that makes him look even more like a dinosaur. Just put some color on his back. Yep, there he is, trying to get that robot. And we drew him just by looking at him. Well, now I guess if we just drew like some craters behind them, we could pretend these guys are on the moon or on Mars. There's more craters on the ground, some rocks, and look at that. We drew a dinosaur fighting a robot. Well, you know what? I've been around a long time, and I've never seen a dinosaur fight a robot on the moon, but we drew one, and we drew it by just looking at it. And that's how you can draw anything. So when you're done with your dinosaur and your robot, look all around the house, find something you want to draw a picture of, and look at it real hard and keep looking at it the whole time you're drawing it. And then the next time I see you, you can tell me what you drew a picture of, and I'll be so excited to hear about it. Well, I gotta go now. I miss you, and I love you.